Okay, so I'm going to be doing some swatching today from some orders that I have ordered, whether it be from Revel or from the buy sell trade page. I'm also going to, there's been a lot of people swatch from the bottom, and so they don't have to do a top coat so that it stays clear, because these are pretty shiny. And some people swatch on the top. I've always swatched on the top. I've never tried it from the bottom, just because I don't care to. But luckily, when I ordered Fiesta and Wonderland off of one of the buy sell trade pages, she had actually sent me the swatches already, so they're already dipped on from the bottom. So I'm actually going to dip them on the top on a different swatch stick and see if there's really any difference, or that kind of thing. I have noticed a difference before from pictures, but I've never tried it out myself to know. I'm also going to be doing a D165 Vela, which is a mood changer, but it is discontinued. I bought this again off of the buy sell trade page, which is where I get a lot of my discontinued things. And I'm also going to be swatching the Sassy and Classy January Revel Nail Gift of Revel. And it's also referred to as GOR or GOR on the Facebook community page. So with that, let's get started. I'm going to be using step 3 as always. I'm going to start with the January Classy and Sassy GOR. As we have previously talked about in my other video, they released 2 different 0.5 ounce jars this year. You would have had to sign up before December 31st of 2019. So you'll have to wait until their Black Friday. They typically release it on Black Friday. So you have to wait till the end of the year of this year. And I don't know that they're going to stay with this. I don't know. But I hope they do. We talked a little bit about that I had gotten them when I did my nail mail, but I may or may not post that video because it got into a little bit more depth than it was supposed to. But I love the fact that they do a thing where you can pay $100 or so a year and you get 12 or 24 0.5 ounce jars. Now last year they did one ounce jars, so it was only one color. But this year they're doing 2 0.5 ounce jars if you signed up for both of them. So they did a Classy and a Sassy, which the Classy is the solids and the creams, no glitter, no shimmer. And then the Sassy is the glitter and the shimmer and all that. But I love that they do that and you still get something monthly. So as you know, I have another subscription with Sparkling Co. that I get 4 1 ounce jars. I want it all 1 ounce jar, 3 gel polishes, and a nail polish, a bag, a nail liquid, another item that is like their perk or whatever for that month. So I like that. It does get a little bit pricey, but I also like that you can choose to not get as much, or things like that. So they started around $29.99. There is one for $12.99, but I don't remember what's in that. But if you sign up for an I Want It All bag, which there's 3 levels, you'll have to go on their website to look at that. You can do it. You can sign up for their VIPs. So their VIPs are where you get 2 dips for $25 or 2 gel colors for $18 a month, and then or you can get both for $40. So you can get 2 1 ounce dips and 2 15 milliliter gel polishes for $40. So I will be signing up for that one too. I just started with their sub bags, so this is the first chance I get to do the VIPs. I do have the VIPs from January that I bought off this buy sell trade page, but I haven't gotten them yet. And then I will post them as soon as I get February's VIPs. But I'm just not allowed to sell them until the 20th of the month if I choose to sell them. And then they will release to everyone on the 1st of the next month, and that's how the VIPs work. So I think that's pretty cool. I also like that they don't release a dip and a gel color. So they're not the same. They're different, which I actually kind of like, because I can sandwich my gel polish in between my dips instead of dipping a color. I could just do clear, and then dip, and then another layer of clear to protect the gel. So that's nice about that. I can also do my toes and make it match, that kind of thing, but I can also choose to do dips if I wanted to. Okay, so I'm going to start with the Classy GOR, and it is a purple color. So I'm going to let you see what the powder looks like, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like on the swatch stick. And my dog is crying in the background because I have the window open, because we can watch the jumpers jump from the airplane in our backyard. So I have the window open, and he loves being outside, but it's too cold to send him outside all day. So he's just stuck in here, and he can't get underneath my desk to lay in front of the window, which is what he really wants, even though he can go into the other room and lay right in front of the window. Okay, and I'm just kind of painting it on, just like always, and with my step 3. And then I'm just going to dip. I'm really just kind of laying it in. I like to lay my powders in, and like I said, I like to kind of get it a little bit level so I don't slosh it out the side. And then I tap from the top, and then I kind of tap from the side, and I just kind of let that sit, just because I don't want to brush it off just yet, because if I brush it off right now, it will come off and like get clumpy in my brush, and then it makes my brush harder to brush off the excess powders for the other colors and everything like that. And I do have 2 different brush off brushes, because I like to use one for glitter and one for regular polishes with no glitter. You don't have to have 2, you can do both. And if you do choose to have 2 and you mix them up, that's perfectly fine too. Mine's written on there solids and glitters, but a lot of times I do mix mine up, so it can be very easy to mix it up. Okay, and then I'm just going to go back again and paint it with my step 3. And I already had these labeled. You can make them with a label maker or just a regular Sharpie. I have some that are done both ways, just because I bought some from the buy sell trade page. This one I just choose to Sharpie them, because I just haven't bought a label maker, because I don't feel like it really I really need it. And once again, Sparkling Co. does offer they will make your swatch sticks for you, and it's only $1.50 extra charge, but you have to add it to your cart and choose what color you want to do it. Okay, and we're going to go back in with the Classy GOR for January 2020. And they're not labeled on the bottom, as you saw earlier in the video, so that you can come up with a name if you would like to, or you can just put Revel Nail Classy GOR. I may name mine, probably not, just because it's just so much easier to just, do that. Because if I go on the buy sell trade page and I'm like, hey, I had a 0.5 ounce of this like years ago, but now I don't, so I named it as this, and nobody's gonna know what the crap I'm talking about. So, there's that. All right, I am just going to, again, just move this out of the way because I don't want it to get the glitter into it. And then I'm just going to brush it off. And you don't have to do it hard. You don't have to do it, I mean, there's no wrong or right way to do it. You obviously don't want to like cram it down on there and have all your glitter come off. And then I'm just going to paint it on again. And on my swatch sticks, I typically only do 2 coats just because, especially if it's a glitter, because it will, it won't, I'm not going to say it's not going to matter, but it typically doesn't matter. And again, I'm just going to kind of lay it into the powder, especially if it's a dark glitter, being so dark and the fact that it's a black base, you're not, I don't feel like black gets darker. But as you can see with this one, you could make it get very dark. But I can kind of eyeball it to see, okay, it's going to get a shade darker if I add another coat. Just kind of like nail polish too. But it's totally up to you whether you want to do 2 or 3 coats. I just choose to do 2 on most of mine. Now, if it's a lighter sheer color, I will do it as 3 coats. But there is the purple so far. And again, I'm going to take my activator, which is right here. I had to decide which bottle I wanted to take it from. And I'm just going to use Revels Nail Step 2. And also, I'm just going to kind of just go over it. And then I'm going to set it over here to the side on a plastic bag just because I don't want it to run off and mess up my table. I don't think it would. I just don't want to take that chance because I really like this table. Okay, and again, just kind of swiping off. And a lot of people will have like a protective layer on top of their workstation where they put like a potty training pad or a towel or things like that. I used to, and I probably should, but I don't. Just because, I don't know why I just put this back on there again. This is what happens when you talk. Okay, well, we're just gonna leave that. That'll be like, so a tip, if you don't have a clear dip color, you can actually put the step 1 or step 3 on there again, and then you just have to let it dry just a little bit, and then I'll put the activator back on it, and then I'm gonna use Revels a gel top coat like I always do. Well, sometimes I use another brand, but today we're gonna use Revel. Ever since I got my UV light, I have definitely used Revel's top, or a gel top coat, not any brand in particular. I just kind of grab whatever I have. I will say though, so Revel launched their Mirror Chrome this morning and it has already been shipped. It will be here Friday. So there will be I plan to have a new video uploaded on Friday with the swatching of those colors. I'm also going to do the Holochrome collection. I'll do a video on that and upload it hopefully sometime this week. Maybe I'll upload that tomorrow that way you have Holochrome one day and then Mirror Chrome the next. But I will say I haven't done, I've used the chrome as just regular glitters, the Holochrome, but I have not like actually holochromed them. So I'm going to do that on a video on swatch sticks and show you guys that. So that will be, I'll probably upload that tomorrow because I'll probably record that today. But they say you need a UV light, but I have a trick for that. And some people have had trouble with their liquids. Their step 3 is not shiny, or for whatever reason. It could be user error, it could be, there's so many things that go into it because you have to activate it and all these kinds of things, and time it just right. That's one of the reasons why I stopped using Revel's step 3 as step 3. I now use it as step 1, which is why I have it on. I use it for my swatch sticks. But I do have the Sally Hansen, I don't remember exactly what it's called, but that works very well, and you can use it to chrome it. It's not as chromed as the gel, if that makes sense, but it gets the point across. Okay, so I'm going back with D165 Vella, and I have already dipped that once, and I'm just going to set that to the side, and I'm going to pull out Wonderland. Wonderland is a very fine glitter, so if you wanted to kind of sprinkle it across one of your nails or something like that after you've already dipped a color, you can do that as well, and it won't it shouldn't leave a very white base. It'll just give you a little bit of white glitter. I've seen it done a lot of times in the pages. I want to do a video where I kind of play around with some really fine glitter and just kind of giving it a little bit of glitter so that you can make any solid color that you like a little shimmery. And again, I just went through with my step 3, and that was D386 Wonderland. And I will make sure that I upload a picture after at the end of this video, and these last two are the ones that I am trying to show you from doing it on top and bottom. Okay, so I'm just painting the swatch stick, and I'm just going to dip into the Fiesta. As you can see, there's a lot of rainbow glitter in there, and this is from the Dia de la Revel collection. So every now and again Revel will release a collection that comes with 6 1-ounce, typically 6 1-ounce jars and 6 nail polishes. Here lately they have been releasing them with 0.5-ounce jars, 6 nail polishes, or you can get 6 2-ounce jars and 6 nail polishes. The nail polishes are same size whether you get a 2-ounce or a 0.5-ounce. And there's like 2 different pricings. So if you want to do the 2-ounce, you can buy the 2-ounce. If you want to do this 0.5-ounce, you can do it that way. I personally like the 1-ounce just because it's kind of like a meet in the middle between the two. And that way I don't have to worry about not having enough with the 0.5-ounce. And then if I really wanted to have 2-ounce, I could take and buy 2 of the 1-ounces and sell my nail polishes. Or if I wanted just the 1/2-ounce, then I could take half of all the jars and just put it into another jar and sell the rest of the jars on the buy sell trade page. So I like the 1-ounce because you can kind of have the best of both worlds, whereas with the 5-ounce you would have to buy double the 1-ounce, and it's a little bit more expensive to do it that way, whereas the 1-ounce, I feel like it's so much cheaper to do the 1-ounce because not a lot of people do the 2-ounce, I feel like. So, okay. And I'm going to actually activate the Sassy GOR from January, from where I accidentally put the step 3 on, and I just used the easy step 2 activator from Revel. And the thing I like about Revel is they do offer the FedEx 3-day shipping. Typically it takes 2 to 3 days. It just kind of depends. I like that, but I don't like that I have to pay extra. I mean, I don't mind paying extra because I know that I'm getting faster shipping. But I like using USPS. I don't care for DHL. So I find myself a lot more trying to upgrading my shipping because I've had so many problems with DHL. And it's not a Revell problem, it's a DHL problem. And last I heard when I talked to customer service the other day, they said they were trying to work on getting back to USPS. So I'm not sure if what was going on. So hopefully that will happen, but who knows. So okay, and again, just kind of tapping off the excess and just gonna set that to the side because that was the second coat. So that'll be that. And then I'm just gonna take my glitter brush and brush off the Wonderland and Fiesta. Okay, and with the glitters, you kind of want to like shake or shimmy to the top because sometimes that glitter isn't all the way down in there like it should. And I'm actually going to attempt to stir it around if I can find something I can stir it around with. Okay, we're just going to use this because this is what I use for my water slide stuff, so it should. I would not be using tweezers that I actually use on my face. And you want to make sure you kind of get, I don't know if you can really see, but kind of get into the corners. And then just tap off the excess. And then I wipe off my tweezers. And as you can see, the kind of dip powder just kind of goes away where it looked a little bit white before. And again, I'm just kind of going to shake to the top just a little bit and just lay my swatch stick in there. Okay, and that looks a lot better, a lot more coverage than it did before. It looked very, very light before. So that one I would probably, on my actual nails, I would do 3. But because you can hardly ever find that color and it's discontinued, I am not going to waste another coat on a swatch stick. If I could still get it and that kind of thing, I would, but I love black rainbow glitter, so I feel like I'm trying so hard to kind of just find a bunch of different ones because I want it to be a certain way. There's a certain image I have in my head, and it used to be called Las Vegas. It was Kiara Sky. It was Las Vegas Lights or Las Vegas Nights or something. I think it had Vegas and I think it had nights in it. I am pretty sure. And I used to wear it all the time. And it was a Kiara Sky brand, and there was one salon back home that had it. And I used to wear it all the time. And I can't find it on the internet. I've looked at the internet everywhere and I feel like I can't find it. So I'm just gonna try to keep finding it, and if I can't, I can't. But it was so long ago that like I don't even think dip powders were really like getting popular, or if they were just getting popular. So it was probably a discontinued color, and they didn't make it again in the dip powders. And again, I'm just gonna kind of set these off to the side after I put activator on a plastic bag over top of a towel, just so that it lets the activator kind of sit and activate, and I don't have to worry about it running and getting on my table. And then of course I'm going to do a UV light gel top coat. So I'm going to just kind of put my glitters up, or my liquids up, and then I will do the top coat very quickly. Okay. Just gonna move this to this side so that I can move the, okay. And I'm just gonna kind of move that so that you can see the UV light. And this I like because I don't have to really wait for the activator on my swatch stick, because I'm doing a gel top coat. So the activator stands as two things. So it activates the actual dip itself to make it harden, and that's what makes it so durable and makes it to where you actually have like protection on your fingernails. But it also activates the step 3 to make it shiny. So if you don't time that just right, it will leave streaks, or it will make a matte finish. Like if you don't, even if you don't, what's the word I'm looking for? Geez, it was just on the tip of my tongue. If you don't, well, I don't remember. Shiny. And I'm just gonna move that over just a little bit. But anyways, your activator, it stands for a lot of things. Now, if I was doing the actual, like my actual nails, I would wait, because I would have to wait for it to harden a little bit before I could buff and file and that kind of thing. Otherwise, I would just ruin it and make it all lumpy and clumpy and that kind of thing. And you can also find what they call natural swatch sticks. I just like the clear, just because I feel like the clear, I can put it over top of my nail and kind of see what it's going to actually look like on my skin tone. Whereas with the natural, I feel like that natural kind of doesn't let me see exactly what it's going to look like with my skin tone. So it's just kind of personal preference and what you want. Sparkle does theirs in natural. So I will be having some natural and some clear. So I probably will not add on the sparkle swatch sticks, just because I like to have the clear. But with the sub bags, they already come with the swatch sticks. The swatch sticks are already done, which is nice because you don't have to use your powders to make swatch sticks. But I will probably make my own if I have the, if I don't have a sub bag. And I will be having a lot more colors coming from them in the next couple of weeks, because I'm going to place an order probably January 30th, before some of their colors retire on February 1st. And I also have some coming from the buy sell trade page, because of, I ordered a sub bag from somebody. I ordered some December sub bag colors, and then I ordered the gel from December and January, so I'll have those colors too. And as you can see, this is the mood changing Villa, and I have been looking for a color like this forever. I know this is gonna sound like I just said this story, but there was another color at a different nail salon that they had moods, and it was when Mood Gel Polish just came out, and I used to get it on my toes all the time, and now that particular salon does not have that color anymore. But it would go from this dark, very nice purple, as you can see it gets darker when I put my finger underneath it, to like a hot pink, but when it was in the middle, it was like a grayish purple, and it was so perfect, especially when you get it on your toes and your toes stay cold all the time. And then that is Fiesta, and this is Wonderland. Okay, and so we can kind of compare whether or not it changes the color for the swatch sticks. I'm just gonna kind of show you guys. So not much. I can tell a difference. You can't really tell a difference in the screen. Maybe you can right there. But you can kind of see the shimmer more. Whereas it looks almost like a pearl in the swatch stick. So this is with it over like I normally do it, and this is with the dip underneath, and you can kind of see where it's underneath. So that's underneath and that's on top. But you can definitely see it because there's more of a shimmer here, and it kind of looks like a pearl, almost like a white pearl on a car. So there's that one. And then here is the Fiesta. And again, you can see a lot. You can see the rainbow sprinkles in it a lot more than you can here. So that's the first thing I noticed. I also feel like it's a lot more, I see more white speckles right here. But it blends in with the rainbow, whereas right here it just looks like white and black sprinkles. But on the back side, you can't really, you know, tell a difference as far as it goes. But you can see from right here, so this is the one over and this is the one under. So you can see a little bit of difference, so I will continue to do it with on the top with a top coat for that reason exactly. But if you can look at it and just kind of get an idea and you know it's gonna let you know show that, then that's good. But I like to put it on my skin before I do my nails, and if I'm gonna do an accent color, I like to know, okay, these colors are gonna look good together. Just like when I did this one, I was like, okay, this one is a sun changer, so I was like, okay, I need to put it underneath the UV light for a second so that I can see what it's gonna look like with this glitter. And I was like, well, is it gonna look weird because it's not gonna be blue all the time? And I thought it was gonna look weird at first, and I was like, I'm gonna hate it, it's gonna look awful. And then I put it on there and I absolutely love it. I feel like such a simple, just, you know, kind of white, pinkish, you know, milky color with such a vibrant nail. And then for me to go underneath the UV light or to go outside and it just turns like a very pretty blue. I feel like it goes together so well. I love that when I walk outside, immediately it starts turning blue. As soon as I get into like a sunny portion. It even did it through the windshield of the vehicle. So it is definitely one of my favorite sun changers. And as you can see, it just changes back very quickly. So I love that. I wouldn't mind if they made this in a, like, where it was blue all the time. I would totally wear that. Anyways, that is it for today's video. I'm going to go ahead and start swatching the holochrome. And then on Friday, when the mirror chrome comes in, I will make a video of that. It might not get uploaded until Monday, Saturday. I will try to get it uploaded on Friday, but it might be Saturday before it comes in. My mail typically gets here pretty early, so hopefully it'll be pretty early in the day if I do upload it on Thursday or Friday. And then I should upload the holochromes tomorrow. I might upload them today after I get done. I don't know. Anyways, thanks for watching and hope you enjoyed it. Thanks.